Hey guys, it's Jason, aka JP the Orange Lantern, and I'm rocking the Winnipeg Jets jersey, Neil Pionk, number 4, Heritage Classic style. And so the Winnipeg Jets just crossed over the halfway point of the NHL season. Most teams have now. The Jets were actually one of the last ones. And I wanted to kind of give a bit of a scattershot thought and opinion on how I feel the Jets have done this year and where I think what I think's gone wrong, what I think's gone right, and what do I think going forward can right the ship. Well, first things first, it doesn't matter if you are a diehard sports fan or a diehard fan of the Jets. I don't know if I would consider myself like a diehard like somebody from Winnipeg, but I'm definitely a very serious fan. But any way you look at it, regardless of your level of fandom, coming from the President's Trophy last year, which is given to the team that has the most points in a regular season at the end of the regular season, usually, although not always, that it requires the most amount of wins in the NHL. And that's not an easy thing to do. When you go from that to currently having the fewest amount of points as they reach their halfway point of the season, and, like if the NHL wasn't determined by a draft lottery, if we were going by like sports logic, they would be a top contender for the number 1 overall pick. How does that happen? Well, to be perfectly honest, it's not something that happens overnight, obviously. And the really frustrating part about this, and this is what has made following the Jets kind of rough this year, is the talent level, for the most part, has not changed. It's actually still a very talented, very well-rounded team. The problem is in a lot of execution. The biggest problems that I can tell you about the team boil down to 3 things. Number 1, the power play is not a strength of the team anymore. It for the longest time is the greatest strength of the team. For example, to use another more local sports team and a team that I am a diehard fan of, if the Milwaukee Brewers' biggest strength is developing pitchers that can eat innings, then the Winnipeg Jets' greatest strength as a team, even if they weren't always the best defensively, was the offense on the power play. That has taken a significant dive this year. The second is, and this is something that I don't think in theory, again, it's not a bad thing, it's just something that happened, is the older talent that was brought in to supplement the current talent has not worked out. Now, for Jonathan Toews, that was not unexpected. Toews has been playing his first NHL season since 2021 when he got long COVID. Many people, himself included, thought he'd never play again in the NHL. So the fact that he's even back at all is amazing. And I always thought he would be more of a veteran leader than an actual production guy, point-wise, although his production has been disappointing. And then they also brought in Gustav Nyquist. They didn't do a lot in free agency, but they brought in Gustav Nyquist to supplement the top 9. And that really, unfortunately, just hasn't worked out. He hasn't produced at the level that he's not like, a top 3 elite guy. But Nyquist is good usually for at least, 15 to 20 goals and around 50 points. He's not going to come close to that plateau at this point of where he is. And then you got some other signings that I think, you could argue didn't work out for the better, like Eric Comrie. I love Eric Comrie. He's a guy that the Jets have loved for a long time, and they developed him, but he is not somebody that I want to be the full-time backstop anymore in Winnipeg. I think they should have taken a chance on somebody different. Comrie kind of had his chance to kind of prove that he could hold his own And he's just proven that he's more of a capable backup who can't really succeed with the starting minutes that he's been given. But the third thing, and this is the thing that kills any team, no matter the talent level, is they can't finish games. Like, the Jets score a bunch of goals. Like, scoring actually, except for on the power play, has not really been too much of an issue. It's the defense in, like, key situations. And honestly, when they have a lead late in the game, in like the third period, they just can't get stops, and that will kill any team. They give up a lot of leads, and yes, they go to overtime a lot. They've gone to overtime a decent bit, especially recently, but they only have one win in overtime. That's not good enough. That is, again, not finishing the game. And I don't know if it's the coach, Scott Arniel. I don't know if he's worn out his welcome already, but he did so much good last year. I was actually on the fence about whether or not he was going to work as the head coach for the Jets. And he actually has proven me, and I think a lot of other Jets fans, wrong with his style and the way he's actually managed to motivate the guys. And to be fair, again, this is not like what I would say is a detriment to guys like Scheifele or Kyle Connor. They're producing. They're doing what they need to do. Could their numbers be a bit better? Absolutely. But even guys like Ayalo and Velarde, they're doing what they need to do. Again, their numbers aren't as great as they were last year, but they're still there. And Cole Prefrietti, he's broken out into the wingman that the top units needed for a long time. The defense, it's been disappointing, but it hasn't been awful. I still think that Logan Stanley is only on the team because he's big and he loves to hit people, and that's what he's good for. He's big and rough. But I wonder if, if the team's defensive identity is kind of stuck because they're trying to feed a lot of, minutes to Logan Stanley instead of like some of the more skilled defensemen that they have. I mean, my man Neil Pionk is doing okay. He's not having a great season, but he's had worse. And I think the same can be said for Dylan DeMello. I think that with the extension that he got, that's probably the big reason why he's been a bit of a disappointment. It's not because he isn't trying. And then, of course, the injury to Connor Hellebuck. He was out for a couple months. That will derail any team when you're starting goaltender, a multi-time Vezina winner, and the league's MVP last year. He won the Vezina and the MVP last year. He was out for a significant period of time this year, and Eric Comrie, like I said, he had to pick up the slack, and it just was not it wasn't bad. It just wasn't good enough. And like, this team is, in my opinion, they're too talented to finish with the fewest amount of points in the NHL, which is where they sit right now. I think the Vancouver Canucks are like maybe 4 points ahead of them or something like that. It's rough. The only good thing about the upcoming break, because they do have like the Olympic break and everything, is that, and as sad as it is that not a lot of Winnipeg Jets got the call to go to their respective countries, I do think that there is a chance for the team to right the ship. The problem is they've lost like 10 in a row now. Like they gained a couple points in overtime losses, but they've lost 10 in a row. This team before then was above 500, and now they're not. So I don't really know. I don't know if I'm Kevin Cheveldayoff if I actually decide I trade pieces at the deadline, because I do believe they have their first round pick this year, but I don't know if getting a number 1 overall pick is what the fan base wants or what the team needs right now, because you can get the future face of the franchise, but you've got a pretty good contending window that's open right now. And I refuse to believe that that it's going to shut just because you had one bad year or you're having one bad year. I don't know if you trade some of the contracts to get future players. You can't really trade any of the farm team anymore, or any more of the draft picks, because you don't have that much capital. And really, you don't necessarily need another player to get the team over the hump, in my opinion. You really just need coaching to come together. You need leadership to guide the team, like the players, like Adam Lowry, your captain. You need Scheifele and Connor to step up, and you need them to take the reins of this thing. And you need Hellebuck. You need to support Hellebuck as best you can. But if anything at the deadline, maybe a better backup goalie, but who can take some of the weight off of Connor Hellebuck so that he's not like trying to do it all himself. Because if you do make a magical run and a surge, how much is that going to take out of Connor before the playoffs, if you are even in that position? Like I said, this is a talented team, and it's very frustrating to see. I wouldn't write them off yet, because the NHL is full of teams and moments where you can get very streaky, especially after the All-Star break. And especially at the turn of the new year. Usually you can't judge the season based on the first 2 months. You judge it better by the last 4 as to what a team is. And right now they don't look good, but I'll keep the faith for the Winnipeg Whiteout and my Winnipeg Jets. I hope you guys enjoyed this rambling video here of me talking sports. If you guys enjoy this content, or if you'd like to see me do more of it, please hit like and subscribe. Share the channel. And if you're a Winnipeg Jets fan, I am on board with you wholeheartedly. Let's go get the cup event eventually. Maybe it won't be this year, but we've got a cup in us. I know we can, especially with the talent surrounding it, this team. In any event, that is all I have for this one. Until next time, everybody, enjoy and stay safe, stay happy, stay healthy, and so long, see you later, goodbye. JP the Orange Lantern, signing off.